There we go. Yeah, it is, I mean, shit, it may as well be freaking showtime tomorrow. Not exactly. So today's the 24th. So that puts me at Tuesday. Last training session. So I'll go hit some shoulders, a little bit of cardio, nothing too crazy. And then tomorrow will be nothing. Tomorrow will just be, I mean, even tonight, this shoulder pump is pretty chill. Like, it's just get some blood flowing, get things moving. But tomorrow, full rest day. No cardio, no training, no nothing. Tons of fluids. I'm going to eat a bit more food than the day before check-ins last show. So I come in a little heavier. I want to check in right at the weight cap of 227 instead of being a little under. So I start at a little bit of a fuller state for the carb up. But other than that, things are all lining up freaking well, So there's nothing, I think nothing else to say. How about we just cut to some training and then we can get some post-lift meal discussion going forward. So let's head over to Dino's. Yeah, go a little lighter. Fucking hurt myself. A few more of those. Yeah, this machine is fucking perfect too. Sometimes I only like doing, well, essentially like holding the handles like this, but this sort of like vertical bar is freaking perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Let's grab some side delts. I think a side delt machine will be good. Alright, definitely a little bit of a funkier movement. So this is a row, but by going lighter, sinking the seat down really low, I can kind of just turn it into a face pull. So I don't want to work my traps. All I want to do is feel my rear delts squeeze. So kind of tricky, definitely an acquired taste of it. Yeah, shit. You know, one more set of side delts and that could be fucking all. Let's see how we look. Okay, I suspect that there might be a little bit of mirror magic going on here. Something to consider, you know, like if you know the mirror is making you look a little crazier because maybe it makes your shoulders a little wider or like shrinks your waist or something, you can enjoy it, but don't be disillusioned. I think the primary cause of body dysmorphia in the current age isn't necessarily even that we compare ourselves to, you know, the craziest fucking guys on Instagram who are like, they edit their photo and everything else. It's just our own self-perception where, you know, we get attached to this in the gym, fully pumped, veiny, awesome lighting. The mirror might be doing a little bit of trickery for you. I think that's what gets you, you know? So look at yourself and obviously, you know, hopefully you look like a freak, but keep in context, like, you know, that's your current pumped in the gym temporary look. That's not you all the fucking time. But let's, yeah, shit. I'm feeling good. So that is about what we can expect. So I'll be a little tanner, and I'll get a little drier, and I'll get a little fuller, which all three of those things are positive boosts towards a freakier fucking look. So that's all I gotta fucking say, man. Let's skedaddle. All right, I've been killing time by watching British TV. It's kind of funny, all the ads are, well, I guess it would make sense. You know, why would they be, why they'll be American actors? But that was kind of surreal. That was kind of surreal, and you know why? I got a little bit of a picture of it. It was the last cardio session of prep. Now, I only did 30 minutes. You know, today is a little more just do a little something or other, which isn't cool to say. You know, like I don't feel like a total beast this last few days of training, which is just the nature of pre-show peak. But you know, that's just the That's the ego lifter in me clawing its way out, knowing just in a few days' time it's going to be carved up, getting a pump that's, well, let's not even get into it yet. But yeah, so 30 minutes right here on the probably a Life Fitness bike that's even older than me. You can't see any of that. But yeah, let's do some math. So I've been trying to, yeah, so the first day of I called it Cutzilla for a while before I actually called it like prep series or anything. But on the calculator, that was 221 days ago. What? So that's divided by what? 20, let's just say 20, let's say 30. Yeah, quite a while. Now, the first like 2.5 months were very gradual. Like it wasn't really a hard diet. Like that was not 220 days of insane dieting. That was more so maybe 90 days ish of like gradual ease into it maintenance, just coming down from a bulk. And then more like, whatever the rest was, gradually increasing intensity. But I started doing 30 minutes of cardio a day, gradually ramped it up to 45 minutes, and then an hour, and then an hour and a half. And then I was doing 2 hours a day for a while. And then I kind of backed it off a little bit. But even assuming that I did an hour of cardio a day average, which I think is a low estimate. Let's do some math here. Divided by 24. 9.2. 9.2 days of cardio. 9.2 days camped out on either the seated bike or the treadmill or the seated elliptical or any kind of combination in between, from beginning of prep or this dieting phase to now, today being the last training day. And holy shit. Look, I tell you something, that's not even close to the number of hours/days that I've done cardio in general, just, all time kind of records. But still, even knowing that number is kind of freaking wild. And there's no speeding that up. There's no speeding up the process of doing that much cardio. So it's just kind of cool. But yeah, so today it's getting close to bedtime. I'm still used to like Ohio stateside circadian rhythm. I'm kind of getting into the groove of it now, where for me it's almost 1, so that's about time to go to sleep. So I've just been slamming tons of fluids. My weight this morning was 230, exactly where I wanted it to be. And then my weight now is just about 234, 235. End of the day, food in my system, hydrated. So tomorrow, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I wake up at like a 229. So what I'm going to do is make sure, well, really just make sure I don't really do anything. Tomorrow, that is. I'm going to make sure I, really fill up with fluids so that if I pull my water at like, 9 or something or 8, that by the time I wake up and then weigh in, I'll be under that kind of weight cap. But I don't have to starve myself tomorrow either. So I can still have a good chunk, probably through, I don't know, maybe 400 or 500 grams of carbs or so. I'll have to adjust accordingly. But my game plan going forward is as follows. So for one, edit this video together, play some Agario, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow, really just freaking whenever, it does not matter. I don't have to wake up for cardio tomorrow. Tomorrow is a full-on freaking rest day. And then don't overdo it with my food. Make sure I eat enough where I'm still kind of beginning the carb up process, but where I can still wake up on Thursday, which is check-in right at the weight limit. So if I can wake up Thursday, an hour before I'm going to go actually weigh in-ish, and I'm right at that 227, honestly, even if I was 228, that's cool too. I can take a hot shower for 15 minutes. You can, just pull out a little bit of water like that. But I'm really aiming right for that 227. And then, well, the floodgates get to open. So even though show day is Friday, I'd really say that the pressure of the dieting side of prep ends Thursday right after weigh-ins. Because what that means is I get to freaking grub, So just kind of thinking back over this whole process, it hasn't really felt like prep until these last few months. Honestly, really just these last 2.5 months or so have really felt like I was bringing it, because I still diet purely for my own sake between bulks and cuts, off seasons and preps would be the more competitive way to describe it. But every time I bulk up, I cut down to kind of balance out that fat gain that I had in between. And then also, I'm just sick of bulking. So to diet down is a bit easier. So those first few months of dieting, no freaking problem. Only after I got to that point of like, okay, now we're getting real, has it felt like I've really been bringing it, you know? But yeah, it has been a freaking while. But now the hard part's over. Even, I mean, it was basically over a few days before the Arnold Columbus, because that's when I get to have a refeed, kind of get my fill of food and everything, which I basically just get to redo this time. But yeah, now, in a very real sense, the hard part of the dieting is over. So instead of like, okay, all right, I got a few more weeks. I haven't even been thinking that. It's more like, okay, stick to my diet today, we're good. I haven't even been thinking in terms of weeks and how long it's going to be, just because there's no speeding up that process by thinking about it. It's like, okay, was I on track today? Good. Am I on track? Which tomorrow would then be today again? Good. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Before you know it, you're going from 265-pound soft Sam to that low 230s on show day, maybe 235 peeled Sam. And shit just freaking happens, But yeah, so that's going to be fun. So now all that's left is the fun part, the actual get on stage, do your routine, throw down with everybody else. The only thing that's a little rough is I'm going to completely destroy the sheets in this hotel. And they know that. They know that since they're like the host hotel for the Arnold, that's just going to be part of the deal. So it's not like they're going to be surprised. Or maybe they will, I don't know. But either way, I'm going to just keep drinking some freaking sugar-free soda. Tomorrow it'll just be mainly, straight up water. I was looking around for like some Mio or something, but I don't know if they have it over here. Which, as long as the water flavoring doesn't have any, sodium or substantial electrolytes, then that makes it a lot easier to just slam a ton of fluids. Like, I'll probably end up drinking at least 2 gallons worth. So that'd be what, about 8 liters, maybe 10 liters or so. And it's really not the hardest thing in the world, especially if you're sitting, you're watching TV or something. Instead of snacking, you're just sipping, But yeah, that puts me at exactly 3 freaking days out. Technically only 2 days, because now it's the 25th for me. But I guess by the time I upload this in the States, it's only 10 o'clock. So the time gets a little funkier. But yeah, nothing else to do but get ready for the show. So tomorrow will be pretty chill. Maybe some Q&A activities. Maybe a little grocery store trip and get a bunch of treats. Because I've still got to do that. There's no treats in this room right now, which is it's a good feeling because it's keeping me from wanting to scarf them down. But actually, yeah, I guess that is a good feeling. So I'll wait until it's actually time to eat to get the food. Because the last thing you want is knowing that you've got the treat drawer right in the freaking kitchen behind you, or maybe like just the treat bag, and I've got to go to sleep and just like this is me trying to sleep knowing there's a box of Mike and Ike's in the kitchen. May as well save yourself from the temptation, at least until the time actually freaking comes. But yeah, I can't say enough about Dino's Gym. If you're ever over in Birmingham, over in Soul Hill, you got to check it out. If not purely for the fact that everybody in there is getting it, or not getting it, but yeah, I guess they are getting it. You're getting after it. The energy and just like the space itself, like you can go into, I've been to Gold's gyms. I've been to some, pretty cool old school gyms just across the freaking country. And then now a little bit across the world. Not the entire world. Like I've never been to, like Asia or South Africa or anything. The only non-stateside country I've been in is Canada and the UK and Italy, which, just Europe, which isn't really everywhere. But I've seen some crazy gyms, and let's just call it the vibe that you're going to find at Dino's. It's really just does speak for itself. So if you're coming over for the Arnold UK, that is certainly a gym to check out. We'll put it that way. But for the Arnold UK, this whole weekend, Dino's is probably going to be freaking packed. So maybe get there super early or go super late if you want to really kind of enjoy a lift that isn't just full of people. Or if you want to feed off everybody's energy and just kind of have more of a go with the flow workout, well, then just go midday. I don't know exactly what the hours are going to be. I'm not going to work out until, either the day after the show or maybe 2 days after, just to kind of rebound and get my water back on track. But let's not even think about that until showtime's over. We get enough on our freaking plate in the first place. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. So, shit, man, I will see you freaking tomorrow.